But we are going to begin tonight with the breaking news after that chokehold on the New York City subway. A former Marine will now be charged with second-degree manslaughter.
And attorneys for his family say he was homeless and battled mental health issues since his mother's murder in 2007.
It needs to be made clear that there are consequences when a civilian takes a situation into their own hands and causes a fatality.
No justice!
The incident setting off days of protests. Police say Neely was harassing passengers and acting erratically on the train, but was not physically violent. The video also showing other passengers holding Neely down.
Calls for Penny's arrest are growing impatient.
We are now doing to Jordan what we did to him while he was living. We are dehumanizing him.
That's right.
We are not providing what he needs in death, even as we did in life.
Public advocate Jumaane Williams joined mental health advocates Wednesday, demanding the city invest in the very resources that let Neely fall through the cracks. The 30-year-old subway performer had been arrested dozens of times and labeled by police as emotionally disturbed.
Protest inside one station yesterday got so intense they impacted train service. And tonight, police tell us they're looking to arrest at least 6 people. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner has more from Soho.
Video from Saturday shows demonstrators hold the doors open and stop an F train around 6 p.m. at the Lexington Avenue 63rd Street station. As police tried to intervene, others jumped onto the opposing tracks. Sunday, police released photos of 6 people they are looking for criminal trespass. The NYPD says already 12 people have been arrested and multiple officers were injured. The MTA said a train carrying approximately 450 passengers had to stop and was unable to proceed into the station for about an hour. Sources say Neely was homeless, had a history of mental illness, and was arrested more than 40 times for charges including assault and disorderly conduct. Sunday, CNN reported that New York City's Department of Homeless Services had Neely's name on a top 50 list of homeless people identified as having acute needs. A source told CNN people on the list oftentimes disappear, and city workers will reach out to other organizations to find them.
Many of whom have demonstrated in recent days.
The circumstances surrounding his death are still being investigated. And while we have no control over that process, one thing we can control is how our city responds.
Jordan had been in the hospital.
Yeah.
If you place someone in a hospital, when they're released with no continuum of care, it doesn't really help. And we don't have enough beds, and we are now cutting the beds that we do have.
Mayor Eric Adams, who last year directed police to involuntarily hospitalize the mentally ill deemed a danger to themselves, vowed Wednesday to meet with outreach workers about how to better help those in crisis.
Jordan Neely did not deserve to die.
What that specific charge means, and it comes after he used a chokehold on a man who witnesses said was acting erratically and threatening other passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, girls and boys, gentlemen and ladies, rebroadcasters around the world, how the heck are ya? We are back here again on the IOD 418 channel. This video is brought to you by Holla Your Boy Records, Let's Go Pictures, and behind 8 Ball Studios. It's your boy, Jay Brooklyn, the place to be. You know what it is. That's right. Whew. And you know how it is. So, this video, I'm going to pretty much talk about some stabbings going on in the subway in New York City. And I'm going to bring back a case of the late, well, not great, but it's the passing of Jordan Neely. And for those of you who've been living under a rock for the past 6 months, I'm going to tell you about Jordan Neely. But before I start, if you love my channel, if you want to support my channel, you know what to do. It's real simple. All you got to do is like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Okay? And without further ado, let's go to my topic, Jordan Neely. Now, again, if you guys forgot, about Jordan Neely, and I want to say that I think I'm getting the idea of this, but I think I can now do it reaction videos. So, without further ado, let's take you back to Jordan Neely. Hit the videotape, and with the new background screen, take it away, boys. You see how tiny I am? I'm tiny. Little corner I got right here. This is my little box. I'm going to link these videos in the description if you want the full video without my handsome domain. I call this the J box. This is the J box. But without further ado, let's play the video, shall we?
Friends of Jordan Neely will gather later today for his funeral. Neely died 3 weeks ago after a Marine veteran put him in a chokehold on the subway. His death sparking protests across New York City. At his family's request, Reverend Al Sharpton will deliver the eulogy. Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller live in Harlem with more. Derek.
David, we're outside Mount Nebo Baptist Church where that funeral is happening later this morning as questions remain about exactly what happened on that train. 30-year-old Jordan Neely once performed as a gifted Michael Jackson impersonator moonwalking for commuters in the subway. But more recently, he found himself spiraling in a mental health crisis, arrested more than 40 times, in and out of psychiatric care another 40-plus times. He was accused of brutally beating a woman and under investigation after someone got pushed on the tracks. But it was this video that sparked so much outrage. Now we've learned detectives are still trying to talk to people on that subway train, including at least one of the men who is on the video aiding Daniel Penny. The Marine veteran's attorney has said his client didn't intend to kill Neely and that he was protecting himself and other riders. Witnesses say Neely went on a threatening tirade moments before that, what we now know was a deadly restraint. And I can tell you that Penny was charged with second-degree manslaughter. He is out on bond. And today, Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado is going to be at this funeral. He's scheduled to be here. No indication that Mayor Adams is planning to attend, however.
All right, so that was courtesy of Eyewitness News ABC NY. This was that report was, can't tell me when the report was. Well, I have comments from about a month ago. So this is about a month old. That news report was. I played this again to refresh your minds if you don't remember. But remember when the key said he was arrested 40 times, he had a violent history, and even on that day. But I'm gonna tell you something. Now, if you're a progressive and you know it, clap your hands and go out the building. Because the fact of the matter is this, the only reason why that this case is even an issue in the news, top heading for about a month, is the fact that Jordan Neely is black. What? And Daniel Penny is white. What? How can you say that, Jay? No, it is true, and I have the proof. But before I go into that, I want to give more background story about Jordan Neely before I go to my hammer. This is the eulogy that Al Sharpton, and I cannot stand this man for the I don't want to say I hate him, because when you hate somebody, you're no better than that person you're hating. So it's just like I hate the message that he's pushing. I hate the energy he gives that controls not subjects, the lambs to the slaughter, the easily manipulated. He is a scumbag, and I say scumbag respectfully because that is what he truly is. He twists and turns reality for the easily manipulated, as I said before. And here's my proof. Let's get into Al Sharpton's delivery of his eulogy for Jordan Neely's funeral. This is from the Independent. Roll the tape.
I first got the call about Jordan and later talked with Johnny Green, who is pastor here, and Johnny Green told me of how Jordan's mother was killed. And her funeral was right here. And Jordan sat right there and watched his mother funeralized, who'd been chopped up. And he'd never been the same. Jordan was not annoying someone on the train.
That's a lie, because matter of fact, okay, I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to get the exact quotes of what Jordan Neely said, because this is the part of the lie that he is covering up. This is information from Wikipedia. Killing of Jordan Neely. On May 1st, 2003, around 2:30 p.m., Jordan Neely, a homeless man, a homeless 30-year-old black man, was killed. Okay, here is my part of the hammer. The media has a fixation on race to control the masses. Now, let me pull myself up big real quick. They use color to control you because they want you angry. They want you distracted. They want you fixated on color, when in reality they actually hate you. And I'm going to prove to you how they hate you. Here's some proof. A homeless 30-year-old black man was killed by a 24-year-old white ex-Marine who placed Neely in a chokehold while they were riding the F train on the New York City Subway in Manhattan. At least 2 others restrained Neely's limbs. Freelance journalist and witness Juan Alberto Vasquez recorded video of the incident. So he is the person recording, apparently, which I'm seeing, which I'm getting from. Okay, so this was on May 1st, 2003 at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Filmed by Juan Alberto Vasquez. According to Vasquez, the cameraman, after Neely would enter the train at 2nd Avenue Station, he shouted he was hungry and thirsty, that he did not mind going to jail or getting life in prison, and was ready to die. According to Vasquez, the man recording said Neely entered the train and shouted he was hungry, he was thirsty, and he did not mind going to jail or getting life in prison, and was ready to die. Vasquez said that Neely did not physically attack anyone. The ex-Marine approached Neely from behind and put him in a chokehold, a technique he would have practiced in basic training. Okay. So I'm saying that because that's punching a hole in your Reverend Al Sharpton's eulogy. So let's go back. Let's go back to puppeteer Al Sharpton. Oh, seconds back for him to repeat his lie. Go ahead, Al.
And Jordan sat right there and watched his mother funeralized, who'd been chopped up. And he'd never been the same. Jordan was not annoying someone on the train. Jordan was screaming for help. We keep criminalizing people with mental illness. People keep criminalizing people that need help. They don't need abuse. They need help.
That was the Independent. Yeah. So I say it's a lie. Let me just make sure there's enough, repeat again. It's a lie because of the mere fact that, yeah, he was screaming for help, but the fact is he was threatening people on the train. Now, he didn't actually physically do anything to anybody, but the fact of the matter is this. He did enough. Now, again, there's no video footage of what happened beforehand. And, but before we get to well, he didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to die. Of course, no one deserves to die. Okay? But you understand something. If you're in that train, things happen. And that's the main reason why I avoid the train. I took the train for the first time May 6th since COVID started. Because I literally live about a half an hour from my job and my parents. So I don't really need to go to anywhere. I'll take buses if I have to go outside of Brooklyn. I have no choice. But I really had no reason to go in the first place. But I go on the train May 6th because I was graduating. So I had to go to my graduation in Washington Heights. So I had to take 2 trains. On that travel time, 2 trains. And it lasted like an hour and a half. There were 3 homeless men that we encountered, me and my parents, going there. Now, I'm not saying that, it was shady, but you never know. You never know. And I think it was after May 6th was after Jordan Neely was killed. But still, though, even before Jordan Neely, years ago, I tried to avoid taking the train because the homeless people down there, they're not safe. You don't know what, and not only that, homeless or not, they're not safe. It's not safe down there because you're in a car full of random people. And if you should so happen to be assaulted, you don't have any help, especially if the train is moving. Now, if the train is stopped at the station, fine. But most likely, crimes don't happen when the train is still. It's when it's moving. When the doors are closed, you have nowhere to go. Maybe out to the next car, if you're lucky. But if it's crowded, you're freaking screwed. The fact is, it's not safe on the train. So I'm not giving that a reason of why Neely died. But the fact of the matter is this. He did threaten people verbally. And if you're on that train, you're like, oh, gee, what the hell does that mean? Defend yourself. Now, you can't search this by word alone because I forgot how I found this. And in fact, I did find this after Neely passed away, and I was able to find some amateur videos of people recording Jordan Neely on the train. And there's this one clip that I can find, and I saved it, of Neely being not so polite. And here at the IOD 418, I don't want to censor anybody because I believe in the First Amendment. So, if you're easily offended, if you hate curse words, I would advise you to cover your ears because, well, of course, because on certain platforms, you don't want to get censored or canceled. But I believe in full disclosure. I don't, it's not anything terrible, but it's no little words here and there. Basically, a warning that I don't want to cut anybody's First Amendment right. Say what you want to say. I'm not easily offended at all, but YouTube is kind of wonky. So, again, this is him. This is the footage. Michael Jackson goes off on New York City's subway. This was 10 years ago. This video says 7:30 a.m. on a Friday, and he finally cracks by a YouTuber. I'll also share this link in the description down below. So here goes a raw footage of Jordan Neely, who finally cracks. Roll the footage.
Fucking asshole. Not sucking any fucking shit. Yeah, I said it. I said the shit. I said it.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking cheat, man. Fucking cheat. You don't want to give nobody no fucking money. All about yourself. All the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? That's all right, though. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Like that. Go ahead. It's your choice. Fucking cheat. Fucking son of a bitch. You're a fucking cheat bastard. I'm going Michael Jackson. Fuck out of here. What you gonna do? We ain't gonna do shit.
Now that's it. I say that not to tarnish his reputation. I show this video to show you who this guy was. I'm just in the background. Without the volume. I say that to, well, I show that mainly to the fact to show you exactly. Well, first of all, as you noticed in that clip, how everybody's just minding their own business. That's how it is in New York City. But the thing about it is, you saw a cry for help right there when he was when he cracked. Jordan Neely had 40 arrests. Okay, now they claim that he had a father and he had a mother, but he was homeless. Somewhere down the line, the system failed him. Okay, you cannot be arrested for around 40 times and not say that the system tried to help you. Somewhere between him being released and keep going back, they fail him. And then you have people like Al Sharpton, Mayor Milk Dud Adams, want to put the pressure on us, talking about, oh, if you see someone who's homeless, go out and help them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on there, Milky. Whoa, slow your roll. First of all, you failed this man 40 times. You didn't actually give him the help he needed. Okay? Now you want us to feel bad for him? I mean, yes, but nah. Because we all have our own personal ish to go to. We got bills, we got rent. We can't always give you stuff in the subway, and it's dangerous. Because first of all, when most people who are homeless, you say, oh, I'm hungry, and you give them food, they want money. In most cases, I had a coworker who, I forget where he went, but there was a homeless man, and he said he wanted money for food, and my coworker gave him some food. He's like, I don't want that. They want money for their habit, whether it's cigarettes, drugs, alcohol. Not all, but some do. But you can't put the pressure down on us for that to happen. You failed Jordan Neely, not us, and not Penny. Penny, now again, I was not there. There's no footage of what happened. All we can go by is the fact that Jordan Neely said, I don't care if I die tonight. I could go to jail. I don't care. If you in that situation, and if you ride the train, you don't know what the F's gonna happen. That's a dangerous deal. You know what this man has underneath that damn jacket he had. You don't. Again, should he have died? No. But the system failed him. Not us, not Penny. Okay, now again, I stress this more because I'm getting to my point. I'm bringing it home. Now, okay, I played you that. This is more of, or that's the full version of Al Sharpton's eulogy. Here's another small clip of Al Sharpton's eulogy for Jordan.
I didn't know you, Jordan. I know your aunt, and I've talked to your daddy. One thing I promise is in your name, we're going to change how they deal with homelessness.
Okay, so right there. So apparently, Jordan Neely is the Rosa Parks of this whatever homelessness awareness nonsense, right? So May 1st was the eye-opener of the homeless people in the subway, correct? Okay, continue.
In your name.
In his name.
We're going to change how they deal with the mentally ill.
Okay.
In your name, we're going to change services in this city. Jordan, you didn't die for nothing.
Oh,
what they meant for bad, we'll make good. We're going to have a new city.
Okay.
And new city services. So if we look angry, we are. But we're not mad. Difference between going mad and being angry. Yes, we're angry.
So you're not angry. So how do you explain the days and days of people bombarding the subway tracks, not letting trains pass by? I saw another YouTuber who had his own testimony that said he was late for work because some chicks was in the damn tracks dancing.
I'm gonna be very serious about this. The moment you mess with my money, that's when I get very, very upset. I get very angry. The Jordan Neely protests are happening still in New York City, and I work in New York City. I was going to 42nd Street going to Queens. It was an uptown train, and it stops for some apparent reason. I thought, it was a delay or something. It wasn't. What happened was this. And I'm thinking to myself, are you joking? Okay, you people are trying to get yourselves unalived doing this sort of stuff. And it happened for 45 minutes. 45, okay? And the one thing that I got to say to that is, you made me late for work that day. All of you protesters made me late for work. I'm not joking. When you mess with people's money like that, they get pretty angry. And these protests that you guys are doing, I understand the protests, but can you do that outside of the subway, please? Because the thing about it is, you made a lot of people late for work that day.
The hell's that about? So you're mad of Daniel Penny for choking out Justin Neely for Jordan Neely. So your first thought is, we're going to just stop all train services. What? Y'all assword backwards. But go ahead, continue, Reverend Al.
Because we're at another funeral we shouldn't have had to be at. Yes, we're angry. Because you see our children as objects rather than human. Yes, we're angry. If you keep choking us to death,
Oh my God. I'm sorry. That reminds me of when 3 years ago when Derek Chauvin put his knee on George Floyd's neck, and it's the same kind of thing too.
George Floyd's story has been the story of black folks, because ever since 401 years ago, the reason we could never be who we wanted and dreamed of being is you kept your knee on our neck. We were smarter than the underfunded schools you put us in, but you had your knee on our neck. We could run corporations and not hustle in the street, but you had your knee on our neck. We had creative skills. We could do whatever anybody else could do, but we couldn't get your knee off our neck. What happened to Floyd happens every day in this country, in education, in health services, and in every area of American life. It's time for us to stand up in George's name and say, get your knee off our necks.
You keep putting your knee on our neck. But I keep reminding you that George Floyd was not special. And I say that respectfully because he was not. Because before George Floyd, there was a man named Tony Timpa. Now, let me just a little recap Tony Timpa. Tony Timpa was a white guy in Houston, Texas, who had a emotional estate.
Public is seeing exactly how an unarmed man died in Dallas police custody in 2016. Tony Timpa had called police himself because he was having a mental issue, but he was dead by the end of the encounter. Alana Otler takes a look at newly released police video, but we do warn you some viewers may find this video disturbing.
You're gonna kill me. I'm not gonna kill you. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
In the final moments of Tony Timpa's life, he begs for help.
Help me. Yeah, thank you.
On August 10th, 2016, Tony Timpa called 911 saying he was scared and off his medication. By the time 3 Dallas police officers arrived, a security guard had already placed Timpa in handcuffs. The scene takes place outside a porn store in Dallas.
You don't need to be squirming, man.
With Timpa's hands cuffed and his feet zip-tied, officers pin him to the ground. The video shows Dillard putting his knee into Timpa's back for roughly 14 minutes.
You have a visceral reaction of disgust.
Jeff Henley, an attorney for Timpa's family, says Timpa should have never been restrained for that long.
He was unarmed. He was not threatening these officers, and he wasn't fighting.
11 minutes in, Timpa goes silent. That doesn't stop officers from cracking a few jokes.
Tony! Hey, time for school. Wake up. First day, you can't be late.
It's only after officers move Timpa to a stretcher do they question whether he's alive.
He didn't just die down there, did he? Is he breathing? Hope I didn't kill him.
Shortly after, a paramedic tells police Timpa is dead. The medical examiner ruled Timpa's death a homicide, listing the cause as sudden cardiac death from cocaine and the physiological stress of physical restraint.
Tony Timpa needed help. He didn't need to go to the morgue.
3 Dallas police officers were indicted for deadly conduct connected to Timpa's death in 2017, but the misdemeanor charges were dropped in March of this year. Now all 3 officers are back on the job.
He called the cops to get some help. So when the cops came, they put him on the on the grass, face first, like this, holding him down. The police talking about, calm down, Tony, calm down, Tony. Calm down, Tony. Calm down. Like, calm down. Then After 14 minutes of doing that, oh, and yeah, because the video is still on YouTube. You can just Google it. And you know what the hell? I'll put that video down in the description as well. The body cam footage is still on there. But after Tony stopped screaming because he was dying, you know what the cops did? Do you know what the cops did? The cops didn't, generally, Tony, you good? Tony, you good? Nah. You know what they did? They pretended that they were mama. Yo, Tony, wake up. It's time for breakfast. Time for school, Tony. Time for go to school. If Tony Timpa was black, you would have heard about that. Oh, but when was this? This happened in 2016, and those officers have still yet to be arrested. But you want to jam Derek Chauvin and his partners down the damn rabbit hole, huh? Listen, I don't care about color. You want to talk about police brutality? Sure, okay, yeah. What Derek Chauvin did was wrong. Yes, it was. But you cannot ignore Tony Timpa's death. You're not going to do that to me. So before you talk about George Floyd, no. May 25th, no. No. Ain't doing that to me, buddy. No. I want you to give the same energy to Tony Timpa. But because Tony Timpa was white and the cops were white, that's not news. Huh? Go ahead, Al.
Rather than living and building us up. And we won't stop till we change this nation. We won't stop till we change this city.
Whoa.
Sweet cream on an ice cream sandwich.
Did this fool just say, build us up? Again, where the blue Christmas tree hell were you at 39 times ago when Neely was arrested, put in wherever and got back out? Don't give me this crap now talking about, oh, you ain't building nothing, Al. You gone, Al. Nowhere to be found, Al. What the hell are you doing? All right, go ahead.
We won't stop until the Jordans get help. When they scream, we're going to help them, not choke them. We're going to stand up. There'll be no justice. There'll be no peace.
You had 39 times to help Al Neely, and you ain't do crap. So now you want to help it because he's dead? Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, that was it. Thank you. Because I was done with that mug. All right. So that was just a little. What the hell are you? What are you doing? Are you loose? What is out? Seriously. You're throwing me off here. You're throwing me off here. Stop it. Okay, are you done? Okay. The hell? All right. So what the? Okay, edit this out. What the hell was this? No, let me take this. Is that it? Is it this? I think it was that. All right. Now we're time for the hammer. Okay? The hammer. You said, Reverend Al, that you want help for the people like Jordan's to get help. That Jordan was the Rosa Parks for homelessness awareness, correct? All right. So, moments after Jordan Neely was killed.
The man who died in the stabbing had survived a similar subway attack last June. Fox 5 Sharon Crowley was live in Gramercy Park with the latest on the...
I'm sorry. I just set this up. Set this up. Okay, so you wanted Jordan Neely to be the martyr, the starting point, the Rosa Parks of homelessness awareness, correct, Reverend Al? So, let's take days later with some more information. Take it away, Fox News, Fox 5. Take it away.
The man who died in the stabbing had survived a similar subway attack last June. Fox 5 Sharon Crowley was live in Gramercy Park with the latest on the arrest. And Sharon, investigators say the suspect is a homeless man.
Yes, homeless man, and police telling me tonight that he has multiple prior arrests, including for bank robbery. And now, as you know, he's been charged with murder and weapons charges involved in that deadly subway attack.
Ron, did you do it?
New York City police here at the 13th precinct arrested 33-year-old Claude White for murder. Investigators say White is responsible for a deadly stabbing on the subway.
Claude, anything to say to the... what happened?
Police say White, who is homeless, stabbed to death 32-year-old Tavon Silver. Police say the two men didn't know each other, but they got into some kind of verbal dispute. Investigators are not sure where the stabbing took place, but a conductor found Silver bleeding on a southbound 4 train as it came into the 14th Street Union Square station. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Silver, who lives in the Bronx, had previously been a victim of violence on the subway. Just last June, Silver spoke exclusively with Fox 5 about the assault. He said the attacker shouted gay slurs before pulling out a knife and slashing him on the wrist.
I have the feeling back in my fingers, but I'm just happy to have my arm. I'm not going to...
So, apparently from what I'm getting from this, because, okay, I've heard of this, but I didn't actually know the story. So the guy you saw arrested, he's homeless. And the guy he stabbed, I mean, he sounds flamboyant. I don't know, don't want to judge. But apparently, according to what we just heard, because you just heard the same thing I just heard, the homeless guy stabbed him because he was gay and gay slurs and stabbed him out of, I guess, gay hatred. First of all, that's a hate crime, ain't it? That's a hate crime. Okay, because that's the thing now. This is June. This is June, Pride Month, huh? Pride Month. So, hate crime. Okay, and he's homeless. So he's just like Jordan Neely with 40 priors with murder on his belt. Al, what's up with that? Dude, what's up? Aren't you supposed to save him? Hello? Al? Hello? Al? You there?
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
No? Continue.
It changed my life just because of this.
Silver vowed to keep riding the subway, and he did, until that deadly attack that took his life. LaShawn Griffin is Silver's former partner.
I was devastated. I was like, it just can't be real. The same situation, but this time it led to his fate, to his death.
Well, this crime and other crimes on the subway have really spooked riders. We noticed today a visible increased presence of New York City police officers on the platforms, on the tracks, as well as them working to install more subway cameras underground. Natasha, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Sharon, thank you.
That was that. Now, that was 4 days ago. Now, 9 days ago, this is again by Fox 5. This is the one that I was really going to get to, the actual main eventer, the hammer. Yeah, because apparently, Reverend Al said that this will be awareness for homeless people, right? No Al Sharpton there. That was 4 days ago. I mean, I get 4 days ago. This is Saturday, the 24th. So 1, 2, 3. So this happened like on a Monday, Tuesday. So maybe Revenal is in the works. I don't know. We'll give it some time. So maybe I'm just doubting and jumping the gun on this, but let's just see how long this video ages. Because honestly, this is being recorded on Saturday, so this might be put out the next day. So let's see what happens on the last week of June. Okay, but this is the hammer I was getting into. This is well, you'll listen to this. This is from Fox 5. Brooklyn subway stabbing, alleged harasser with prior rap sheet killed by writer.
We're learning more about another fatal encounter on the subway, and there were some details that seemed similar to the Daniel Penny case.
That's right. Police are now saying the victim, the one who was stabbed on the J train in Brooklyn on Tuesday night, was allegedly harassing people. Fox 5's Briella Tomasetti joins us now from downtown Brooklyn with what we're learning. Good morning, Briella.
Yeah, Dan and Shashani, good morning to both of you. This all strikes a very eerie similarity to the Daniel Penny case. Was it an act of vigilantism? Perhaps was this taken too far? Well, Jordan Williams' attorney, he is the suspect in this. His attorney spoke to the Post and told them that he's upset his client is being charged at all, at least without a thorough investigation taking place. 20-year-old Jordan Williams was escorted out of the 90th precinct by...
So Jordan Williams compared to Jordan Neely.
Police after being charged with manslaughter and criminal possession of a weapon in the fatal stabbing of a 36-year-old man on a Brooklyn J train.
Did this guy punch your girlfriend? He punched her in the head?
Williams nodded to reporters when asked if the victim assaulted his girlfriend, and now new details have surfaced about what may have led up to this deadly encounter. Just after 8 o'clock Tuesday night, police responded to a 911 call reporting that 36-year-old Victor Udrago was stabbed in the chest as the subway car he was riding in approached Marcy Avenue and Broadway. Paramedics rushed Udrago to New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital, where he died from his injuries. According to the NYPD, Udrago was harassing multiple passengers on board, including a woman Williams was with, before he stepped in to intervene. The two tussled on a train until Williams allegedly pulled out a knife. Williams and the female passenger stayed on the train. They were taken into custody several stops later at the Chauncey Street station. He, too, was initially a person of interest, but was released from police custody overnight with no charges filed. The folding knife used in the stabbing, in the meantime, was recovered at the scene. Yeah, and according to court records, Udrago, the victim here, does have a rap sheet. He did 3 years in prison following an attempted robbery conviction in Queens. He was paroled in April of 2012 to immigration. For now, though, we're live in downtown Brooklyn. Dan, back to you.
Okay, Briella, thank you.
And thank you, Briella. Yeah, so Jordan Williams stabbed someone in self-defense on protecting himself, his girlfriend, and maybe other people on the train. He's arrested. Again, homeless people on the train. I thought Jordan Neely was the Rosa Parks of awareness for the homeless. And apparently, you notice, right, in those two cases with with the homeless guy stabbing the gay guy, and this one with Jordan Williams, they're all black. You know how I know this? Because no one said their color. They didn't say, "Oh, a black homeless person stabbing a black homeless person." No, if it is a white attacker or white aggressor with a black victim, well, not even that. If the white person attacks a black person, whether it's physically or or verbally, you better bet your behind that they're gonna put race in there. But if it's black on black or Asian on Asian, regular crime,
Wait a minute. Peter didn't shoot my son. I did. Peter was just taking the blame for me. He's a good friend.
Mr. Brown, what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that I, Cleveland Brown, a black man, shot Cleveland Brown Jr., another black man. Wait, where did everybody go? You want to make the media go away? Just mention black-on-black crime.
Boy, the world we live in, huh?
The only time the news specifies race is if they want to push an agenda.
It hurt me to wake up and see my beautiful black people suffer, victimized by the oppressive, harsh realities of the hood. I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message! Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. That's the only time they want to push their agenda. Now, this is from Good Day New York. This is about a 10-minute video, but I hope that the part that I want to get to is before 10 minutes, because I want to bore you guys to death. I will link the description in below, but I want to end with the damn nail in the coffin. Okay, so let's go. This is from Fox 5, Good Day New York. When Jordan Williams was released on bond, Fox 5 finally got an interview with Jordan Williams. So this is the first interview with Jordan Williams after the stabbing. Roll the tape.
So in a scenario, many subway riders fear. You're on a train and a passenger starts acting erratically. What would you do? Well, last week, our next guest says a man started harassing passengers physically and verbally. This was right aboard the J train in Williamsburg.
Now, Jordan Williams is charged with manslaughter. This morning, he's speaking out for the first time on television. He's here on Good Day New York this morning with his attorney, Jason Goldman. Nice to have you both here on Good Day New York.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what has the last few days been like for you? Because I know you lost your job and you're facing manslaughter charges.
Well, honestly, given the circumstances, I've actually been doing quite all right because I've had a lot of support from my family and my friends around me. I have a very good attorney. So I've actually been getting better day to day. And despite the fact that I lost my job, I'm actually still optimistic about work. I have summer youth employment program to go register for after I'm done with this today. So still looking up, and I'm not really trying to focus on the bad right now.
Have you been getting on the subway again?
Not recently, actually. No, I think I might have taken it once with my brother Friday, but that was the E train, literally only 2 stops. So.
And any encounters while you were on it?
Oh, no. My big brother, he was watching me like a hawk, so I was good. I was just sitting there, just relaxing. Just got to my destination safely.
Talk to me about just what it's like to be living and working in the city and having to take the subway often. Did you have a fear like this? Was this something you always carried going to the subway?
Honestly, living in the city, I always found it to be sort of liberating in a way. I mean, I don't feel the same constraints that everyone else feels. I mean, there's definitely things going on that you always have to be aware about. But like I was saying before, I just try to stay optimistic about things, and I don't really try to dwell on the negative or focus my energy on it. But yes, I was always aware that there were things going on and that I needed to keep my head up.
How did you keep your head up in terms of riding the subway? Because I feel like I take the subway often and I'm always looking out. My head's on a swivel. Like if something bad's going to happen to me. Is that how you felt?
Yes, honestly, I was just keeping my eyes up. And then I don't know if you're asking me about the specific day, but about that day specifically, I definitely, I did my usual scan every time we get to a stop. And then I saw them get on the train and,
But is that why you feel like maybe you have to kind of protect yourself in a way that somebody comes at you, you have to be prepared? And maybe that looks differently for every person, but maybe that's someone carrying pepper spray or someone carrying a knife.
Yes. Well, honestly, this actually hasn't come out yet, but a few weeks ago before this incident, there was a woman who actually put a knife right to my eye. So she literally had it from me. Yes. So that honestly is what scared me into starting to carry. And
I was wondering why you were
Wait, hold on.
carrying a knife.
Yes.
And it was because
Yeah, so I paused right there because if you remember when he was being arrested and the reporter asked him, why you carry a knife on the subway? Because of that. It's not safe on the subway. And all these politicians, AOC, Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, even Mayor Milkdud, They can say anything they want to talk about. They are not riding the train day by day. Hell, even taking the bus is a gamble because you don't know who's coming on the bus. Okay, but on the train, most definitely, that subway, that car is dangerous. And the fact that they don't ride that train and they will talk about, oh, you can't just go out there killing people. It's not killing people. It's actually defending yourself. And that's the problem with the world nowadays. You try to defend yourself, you become the bad guy. This world is tipped on its axis. It is upside down. Okay? Because the fact of the matter is this. Maybe it was like, I want to say around Obama. Like Obama opened Pandora's box to this world of confuckery, okay? Confusion and fuckery. Because the fact of the matter is this. Now, from Obama till now, people have lost their minds. They feel like they're entitled to do whatever they want to do, and then they want to blame it on being a victim. Oh, racism. Oh, misogyny. Oh, xenophobia. All these different terms that has been created to excuse bad behavior. So now good is now bad. You defend yourself and you're now woke. Oh, you're bad. You're pushed to the corner. But if you do bad in the sense of being a victim, like burning down stores because someone killed someone who looks like you by a white person, that's fine. You have Walmart who's shutting down in, what was it, Chicago? Oh, how could you leave us? How could you do that? Because you keep robbing us. We are a business. And the fact that you keep coming in, stealing our merchandise, we can't keep our intake. I refuse to keep paying employees for bullshit hours. It's just nonsense. And people just do not get it. Oh, but it's a form of reparations. No, you're not helping your cause. Like Juneteenth, there was some young, Greg Foreman calls them young scholars. I call them asshats. Okay? You have these asshats on Juneteenth, robbing McDonald's, robbing Target, destroying property that's not helping your cause, man. That's actually hurting your cause. Seriously. So, here this guy is forced, and I say forced because, listen, again, it is not safe. And if you look at me and you say that doesn't matter, then you are lying to yourself, or you have never ridden a New York City train at all, or any city car at all. Because I know in Philly, that damn SEPTA. As a matter of fact, there was actually a report years ago where on a SEPTA train, a woman was raped when on a crowded train, and no one did anything. It's not safe. The world has lost them. This is the end of times. This is the Walking Dead. And if self-defense warrants a death sentence, well, damn it, I'll do it every damn time. Because I refuse to let somebody assault me and I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's just, they're a victim. They're just being wrong. No, lock their asses up. Serious. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Of that particular, so what happened with that woman and what did you do?
Well, she had actually approached me. Similarly, I was sitting in priority seating and with my friend at the time, and she came up to us because literally I just looked across at her when she got on the train. And then she just started getting upset, going on a rant, talking about she was going to attack me and the person I was with. And then that's when I just sat there like, sarcastically, I laughed. And then she just jumped up randomly and then boom, knocked the hat off my head and then had the knife right there in front of my eye. So I was like, in that situation, I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there because I say anything else stupid, she might go all the way. So then I'm just sitting there, and then she didn't do anything, so I just ended up getting my bag, and I got off the train quickly at the next stop. I think it was Essex Street. But yeah, same. I got on that Broad Street, same thing. I was on my way to the Queens via J-Train, so.
In fact, there was a report last year of multiple people. I don't want to say only female, but I do. There was a report of multiple people being pushed off the platform onto oncoming trains. You're down there. Cops are not always down there to save you or stop an attack. You're basically down there by yourself. It's like the purge down there. I'm being so honest. It's crazy. It's like people have lost their minds, and these politicians, they protect the criminals. If you are woke and you want to do criminal crap, oh, you're okay. You're protected. It's all about reparations, white supremacy, Jim Crow, Karens. But if you want to be a law-abiding citizen, pay your taxes, pledge to the damn flag of America and not the gay flag, oh no, you can't do that. You can't be a proud American. It's crazy.
How scared were you that day when now you're charged with manslaughter? What was going through your mind when this man was near you and your girlfriend?
Honestly, I was afraid because I didn't know what was going to happen because he was closer to her than to me. So I was honestly just trying to get me and her out of there safely. I didn't know what to do. It was all quick, and I regret it every day. I wish it didn't have to go like that, honestly. Like, all I wanted to do was just get me and my girlfriend off the train safely. I wasn't looking to hurt anyone. It was nothing malicious on my part. And when I found out, I literally couldn't believe that he had actually passed away.
Yeah. So, how are you dealing with that?
It's not easy because, knowing that I was able to take a life from someone, especially someone of my own descent, you know what I mean? So it's not something that I'm proud of. I haven't had the best time sleeping or managing with that actual idea. I try not to think too much specifically about that part of it. But yeah, it's not easy when I sit there and I try to think about it.
Jordan, I think
he said he didn't like it when it was somebody of his own descent. Whenever I bring up black on black crime, people's want to talk about, oh, well, first of all, whites kill whites too, and it. No, listen. The reason why I can only speak for me. I don't know about Greg Foreman, Jesse Lee Peterson, Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, the Hodge twins. Whenever they talk about black on black crime, that's on them. For me personally, the reason why I harp on black crime is because, for one, it happens every single day. And the thing is this. Yes, slavery happened. And we had, and we still do, have the shit end of the damn stick. But we're never going to rise above until we hold the biggest A that we need in our life, in our communities. And that is accountability. That is accountability.
You want to know what a real power is?
In a bullet.
No! In the books. See, Turek, your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
Say it with me now. Accountability. Yay. You did it. You did. Yeah, accountability. And then you got a movement called Black Lives Matter, which is in reality Black Lives Matter because they finessed all the idiots, all the weak-hearted, that, oh my God, how could you do that? Out of $91 million, and not one red cent was put back in the said communities that they're trying to protect and trying to save. Even the families, the Trayvon Martins, the George Floyd, the Eric Gardners, the Michael Browns, none of them, none. You know what they went to? You know what they went to? You guys don't want to talk about it. You guys don't want to hear about it. You guys don't want to talk about it. Where they go to? Ain't y'all. Nah.
New released tax filings show exactly how Black Lives Matter spent their donation money. William Lajeunesse has been digging through it all. What do you have for us, William?
Well, Stuart, here you have an $80 million foundation. Last year they had 0 board meetings and 1 board member. So that's not oversight. But the scrutiny is over use of donor money to hire friends and family. So 3 expenses stand out. BLM gave almost $1 million to Damon Turner, the father of the co-founders, Patrisse Cullors' child, to produce live events. $840,000 went to her brother, Paul, for security. Cullors also admits hiring her mother and sister to work at BLM's LA mansion.
Maybe I'm being too soft, but anybody who can talk, America's woke corporate structure into sending close to $100 million on the basis of that lame rap kind of gets my respect, in a way.
She has my respect because she's unapologetic in her approach. She's telling you what she is. She's a Marxist. So Marxists steal money from other people and they enrich themselves until the people that they stole from are poor. And so she has stolen money from other people on the pretext of a lie that is Black Lives Matter. And she's enriched herself and she's brought 4 homes. I mean, you have to kind of appreciate the honesty. She's not hiding by any means, And so, yeah, I tend to agree with you here. She's a communist through and through, and she's been unbelievably unapologetic in her approach.
Al Sharpton must be looking at this and saying, I've done this for 40 years. Where did I go wrong? I don't have a house in Topanga Canyon.
Right, exactly right. It's completely ridiculous. And, you're right. The corporations are standing behind her, which is incredibly interesting. And you pointed to something really important. These corporations that are pouring millions and millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter. And you're correct. They said we raised more than $90 million. How much more, we will never know. But $90 million, of which $21 million apparently went to, according to Black Lives Matter themselves, it went to building the black movement. I don't even know what that means. $25 million going to building a black movement. Apparently, the black movement was Patrisse moving herself, a black woman moving herself into other areas of the communities of people that she claims are oppressing black Americans. She's fearful of white people. White people are so bad. Well, why doesn't she want to live amongst black people? Why is she choosing to move herself into an all-white neighborhood? These are important questions.
Yeah, I think they are. It's Topanga Canyon, not Riverside County. Really quickly.
Into mansions that are in not black, not black, white, gated communities. I'm going to say it again. The stutterer is going to say it again. White, gated communities. Another hour passed by. You know how insulting that is? You want to support an organization whose name is just perfect. Black Lives Matter. And it funds the same white people that you say are hurting you, are mistreating you, are holding you back. But whoa. First of all, these con artists don't live anywhere near you. They don't. Anybody that supports Black Lives Matter, they're not you. They're not me. They're not middle class. No. They're the 1%ers who are making $100,000 or more. Benjamin Crump is a freaking millionaire. L. Sharpton is $500,000. Yeah, like $500,000. His net worth. They don't care about you. They only care about you when you're dead.
Thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice, for being there to call out to your mom. How heartbreaking was that? Call out for your mom. I can't breathe. But because of you, and because of thousands, millions of people around the world who came out for justice, your name will always be synonymous with justice.
And they could do eulogies and harp on and talking about this never should have happened. This is a funeral that we never should have been to. And all the times that, he was a good person, but we're going to make sure that this never happens again. And guess what happens? It happens again.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
And it's going to keep happening again. You know why? Because they want you angry. They want you distracted. They want you mad. So when you go to that polling booth in November, oh yeah, we're going to vote Democrat because they love us. They don't love you. They hate you. Joe Biden, what did he say? If you don't vote for me, you're not black. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he said, actually, if you don't know whether to vote for me or Trump, then you're not black. He questioned your black. He scared your blackness card.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That is the most racist thing I have ever heard. But wait, there's more. Remember when he described his man in charge, Obama? He's well articulate and well spoken.
Like everybody these days, Biden declared online, but it was old media that got him in trouble. Personal comments he made about another White House hopeful, Senator Barack Obama, recorded by a reporter for the New York Observer.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm truly. What the fuck does that mean? Seriously? So what? He wanted Obama to say, yo, what's up? It's old Beezy in the house. Chilling for the 1-2 check 2 from Chi-Town, Chirac. What's the dealio? What? Seriously? That's racist. Then him and Clinton, Hillary, want to talk about super predators. They don't want their children going to school with black people, with black kids. They said that. Oh, they said that. No, trust me. They said that. And something on the lines of that white kids are more... Listen, I can do a whole list and video. In fact, I will do that because 2024 is coming pretty soon and they're going to shove a whole lot of crap in your eye like that they did in 2020. They pushed COVID. They pushed George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. They did a whole plethora of things to distract y'all. Oh my God. Oh God. We got to get rid of Orange Man. And yes, I will say this. Now, 81 million people may have voted for Biden, but I'm going to say unto you this. 81 million people did not vote for Joe Biden. Oh, no. Because you see, the thing was in 2020, the thing was vote blue no matter who.
And I know that we all share the spirit that we heard from some of our volunteers at a poll site earlier today who welcomed a competing candidate with chants of vote blue no matter who. We are on the same team.
A few moments later.
Hey, Democrat. Oh, hi, Democrat. So, who are you voting for this election? Well, I was thinking of just endorsing whoever wins the Democratic nomination. You know what they say, vote blue no matter who.
I, Satan, have won the Democratic primary. If elected president, I will bring hell to earth and rain chaos and torture for 1,000,000 years!
So we're voting for Satan? Yeah, I mean, he's not my first choice, but how bad could it be?
So, in reality, you 81 million people, you did not vote for Joe Biden because y'all got some bowels remorse, and I got proof on that one. I got some proof on that one. What you actually did was you voted against Trump. There could have been a freaking duck that would have been pushed.
Mr. President, the bill is ready. Just sign right here, Mr. President. And if you could just sign this one as well, Mr. President.
And you would have pushed that ballot for damn duck. You would have. You would. Oh, yeah, you would have. Because he was not Trump. A lot of people swaying back. They wishing Trump back in the office. They are. Because the Democrat Party, these progressives, they don't love y'all. They do not love y'all. But okay, let's carry on.
I think your story is something that can happen to people almost every single day. We don't talk about it enough because it happens so often. What is your advice for someone taking the subway when something like this comes up? What is their options? What can they do?
Honestly, my advice for those before they even get on the subway is to always be in contact with someone that they can trust, that will relay a message to family or needed people, or be with them, because it's not safe these days, and I'm not even going to be traveling alone like that on the train like that if I'm on the train in the future. So, yeah, my best advice is just to stay in numbers and make sure people know where you are.
Yeah. Jason, what's next legally?
The case is being presented to a grand jury. There's evidence. There's witnesses being presented. They're doing it in a very, very fair way. It's part of the process, which I certainly respect. I obviously have my own opinions about it from a legal and factual standpoint, but I understand it, and I can't applaud the office that we're going up against enough because it's very transparent. It is a one-sided process, the grand jury. I'm not there.
Will Jordan testify?
We'll talk about that. We're not making any decisions yet. What's most important is right now, I know for a fact that witnesses and evidence are being presented in a very fair way, and that's all we can ask for.
Is his girlfriend testifying before the grand jury?
We'll see. And truthfully, it's a secretive process, so we can't even get into it. We really can't. There's a reason that it's behind closed doors to kind of keep fairness intact, and that's all we can ask for.
But what can be not behind closed doors is this young man's life and how he lived it beforehand, and that's evidence to show like this is not some kind of premeditated thing.
Of course, and a lot of that's already out there. Whether he speaks or not, whether he comes on here or not, or testifies at a grand jury or a trial. I told you guys, witnesses were calling my office. There's neutral evidence out there that just shows the chaotic scene that was going on. And it's not even a question. And, he talked about the incident from 2 weeks ago.
So I'm just wondering, Jason, Jordan, did you file any kind of police report? Do they know anything?
No, I was honestly just trying to get through it and forget that it ever happened.
And I don't think that's all uncommon. I mean, a lot of people do file reports. A lot of people don't. Not going to say it's a waste of time. But again, with somewhat of the chaos we're living in the city, when these incidents happen, I hear about them from other people all the time. It doesn't cross my mind to say, oh, you should have went to the cops. It's not
not going to do that much all the time, quite frankly, and that's not an indictment on the police. It's an indictment about how much is going on, how much crime there is. We're in a place where, thank God he wasn't injured 2 weeks ago, so that almost takes a back seat to some of the other incidents that you see in the papers every day where people are getting hurt or dying. I mean,
being pushed in front of
there's a lot going on.
being stabbed randomly. I mean, 3 people the other day. It's just
so a menacing attack is, we're at a place right now where it's not necessarily the top of everyone's priority because there are other more serious things happening.
But it should be top of mind because, I mean, again, like you said, this is happening far too often and not many people are reporting it.
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line, the big takeaway from this and other cases and cases in the future, we don't even want it to get to this level. You heard from Jordan. Not trying to be a hero. No one's going out there to incite violence. Certainly did not want this at all. We don't want people to be put in this position to have to defend themselves, to have to face, manslaughter charges. It's hard for me to even say that word. And we want to, again, this is higher up than I am and Jordan is, but we hope that some good can come from all of this eventually where, some people in charge can say, how can we stop, especially on the subways I talked to you guys about last week, because it's a confined space.
Right.
It's probably the most dangerous. It's not out on the street. And if there's no police officer down there, as opposed to being outside, you're on your own. And we don't want those situations to arise.
So, Jordan, I know that you've gotten support from the community, but have you heard from Reverend Sharpton or Attorney Ben Crump at all?
No, I actually haven't. No.
Are you?
I'm not even really familiar with those names, to be honest.
Reverend Sharpton?
No, I'm really not. I apologize. Really not.
Well, listen, we're very pleased that you came here and felt comfortable enough to tell your story on TV. And best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're in good hands with Jason Goldman.
Yeah,
thank you. Jordan's trying to go on and do great things. I told you he wants to go viral for his basketball game. Still, he's working on getting a new job and being active this summer. He's going somewhere.
So you need a job.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, Jordan Williams, Jason Goldman, thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so got the page out of Greg Foreman. You saw that, you heard that at the end. He's not even familiar with Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump. Not familiar with it. 20 years old. That means he's not woke. I hope he's not woke yet. But first of all, I want to say I'm glad he's out, but he has to now go through the whole trial process, and I hope he's found, innocent of self-defense or less crime. But it's just one of those things. But here's the rub. Here is why I get so invested on trying to make this a point with Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump and all of them. They do not care about you because, for one, black on black crime is not news because it happens every single day. But if you have an organization called Black Lives Matter, but they did have on the website, they are advocating awareness for racial disparity, and there's basically in a nutshell, they only address when it's a white suspect attacking a black person. Then if that's the case, change your name, okay? I wouldn't go so hard of it if you didn't have an organization called Black Lives Matter, okay? Because it's an oxymoron. You only come out your rat holes when a black person is killed, is dead, or assaulted, or when a white person is mean. Oh, this white oppressor is pushing the black person. Blah 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 blah. But this happens to anybody. They're not special. Okay. Listen. If you loved what you watched, if you want to stand it, great. But if you want people to talk about, you're wrong, Jay, you're wrong. You're a coon. You're a sellout. No, you're a sellout. You're a coon, because here's the deal. I want black people to achieve, especially because they look like me. Yeah, my parents did raise me growing up. They said the minute I was born, I had 2 crutches against me. I was black and a male. Now, I wasn't oblivious. I mean, I was aware of certain things going on with racism going on, certain things. But here's the thing. In my 39 years of living, and I'm not even listen, I don't gotta lie. Okay, because everything about my channel, I try to be objective. I try to be fair. I am a champion against the whole double standards and a champion of fairness. In my 39 years of living, not one white person, not even Hispanic, okay, has done me dirty, has called me the N-word, has called me a monkey, has hated on me for any reason. The only people that has given me shit is my own people. I've had peers, I had coworkers, I had bosses. I'll take you back. I had a best friend growing up. Went into high school years, turned his back on me. Years ago, bumped into his mother, reconnected, took her phone number, his number, tried to call him again to reconnect. He acted as though he was busy. And I'm not even surprised because now he's some big top councilman, politician, whatever the case may be, in Brooklyn still. All right, cool. So, I tried, reconnecting, but whatever case may be, betrayed me. All right. Because, listen, we were besties. Like literally growing up besties, like on some It crap. On the movie It, we were that. Going to his house, going to my house, sleepovers. I remember going home, and we would run and watch Power Rangers. Okay? I loved Jason. He loved Tommy. We were that, almost like brothers. Turned 15, 16 years old. Turned his back on me. I had peers, classmates, who would use me as a punching bag, teasing me for my speech impediment. Had me have a complex. Okay? Had depression, suicidal thoughts. But every time I had a suicidal thought, I said, no. Because if I go out, you win. That's why I'm here today. That's why I'm doing this today. To enrich people. Don't care what color you are. Okay? I have coworkers. Ignore me. Treat me as though I'm an outcast. Well, yeah, that might be. I've always been an outcast in school. So why change now? I had a supervisor. Retired now. Total prick. Total prick. Towards the end of his retirement, he would target me. Treat me as though I was his kid. He ain't my daddy. I am his son. It was so bad, like if I came back from what I was doing, he would target me and ask me if I was off the clock. Did I clock out yet? Meanwhile, other coworkers around BSing, talking, da-da-da-da. It was horrible. White folks? And listen, it's not like I'm like, oh, how you doing, white master, sir? No. You ask any of my people that know me. First of all, I don't smile. There's times when I'm just mind my own business. You should smile more. Why you look so angry? You were angry. No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm content. First of all, Listen, I have two separate modes, okay? When I'm working, I'm in focus mode. I have a million things in my brain. It's like 1,000 hamsters on a freaking wheel, jogging. I'm in my own little world, but out a window. I'm doing many things at once, but I'm looking like, okay, I this is going on, this is going on. I'm fully aware. I got that spidey sense. I got that J sense. Okay? So when you say, well, you trying to be different, no. I act the same way to anybody. I don't care who you are. No one is special. I don't care if you're a man, woman, child, female, white, black. It don't matter. Not one white person has done me dirty, is my point. In fact, I've gotten more love from white people that don't know me. I had a coworker when I worked at camp upstate Allegheny State Park many moons ago. And the camp director, old white lady, and 2017, how old? That was 6 years ago. And she passed away, God bless her soul, 2 years ago. Rest in peace, Pat. Because we would talk here and there over holidays, birthdays, case may be. And I went to her place for like 5 days. First of all, I'm going to say something. The minute I left New York, and see, okay, for those of you who live in New York City, please travel, please, okay, because there's a whole new world out there. Seriously, it is. The minute I left New York City, it was just more friendlier, freer. Those 5 days, whenever we was going out, driving somewhere, the only time that I heard anybody honking the horn was the hi, good morning. You go ahead. Come on, you gotta go ahead. Like, move, get out the way. None of that. None of that. None. It was friendly. And I had not one person, oh, do you belong here? What are you doing? Are you lost? No. Friendly. Come on. You. Friendly. Now, no one said, oh, well, go down south. I will eventually. I will. But the fact of the matter is this. I've not. Now, see, you say go down south if you did. But you want to perpetrate as the fact that all white people are racist. Here's the rub. Everybody's racist. Blacks are racist against whites. Whites against blacks. Asians against whites. Listen. This is 2023, not 1785. Some random number back in slavery days. Racism is not what it was now as it was before. Okay? There are cases of racism. Yes. But not like how they want to paint it as today. So I say that specifically to the fact that the narrative that they're pushing of this racism crap, it's all part of the game to get y'all angry. Focus on that. When they say black this, white that, it is a narrative to make what? Money. Money. Because if one thing I learned about wrestling from Eric Bischoff, former WCW leader, whatever, owner. Controversy creates what, folks? Cash. You don't get money if you talk about Tyrone killing Andre. You get money about Brett smacking Keisha. Okay? It's called a distraction. And they use said distraction to stay in what?
It's about power.
Because at the end of the day, what do human beings love? They want and they need power. That's how you control people, is power. Matter of fact, what was the quote that Scarface said?
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you gotta make your own moves.
First you need the money, then you need the power. Then comes women. Okay? And how do you get money? You create a situation. You get donations. You get funds by a specific topic. Then now what? You become powerful. You become all-knowing. You become like a god, which is what the government is now. All those politicians, they think they're gods. But they're actually demons from hell, from Satan, because they're using your blood, your sacrifices, your anger to make them more powerful. They want to become the new God. There's only one God. Sorry, Muslims. Sorry, Buddhists. Sorry. America is a Christian nation. God bless America. God bless that flag. God bless the man above. There's only one God. His name is not Al Sharpton. His name isn't Benjamin Crump. His name is sure as hell is not Joe Biden. Not even Trump. Now they're going to say, oh, you a Trump supporter. No, listen. This past Father's Day, I was in the backyard with my father. We'll talk about some random stuff. And I told my father that there's no person on this planet that I praise above. Now, I may have my favorite celebrities I love. Like, I love Power Rangers. I love Supernatural. I love Stranger Things. But I do know the difference. I can put a space between them. Like a famous actress on Smallville, Chloe Sullivan, who's Allison Mack. She had that thing with the whole sex, drug, orgy thing, what the case may be. It sucks. Great actress on Smallville, but what you do in your personal life is, like, for instance, Michael Jackson, talented guy. But his accusations of him doing with kids. Bill Cosby, great show. What he may have or may not have done, that's none of my business. But great actor on that show. You put a space in between people, that even people you do know, your family. You should not put any man or woman as your God, as your leader. You can go to an advisor, but don't make them your God. Oh, and yeah, but before you even start, this is nobody's point of view. There's nobody, well, someone told you. No. I first of all, I never had anyone, I looked at a human being and asked him, because you know what, I am my father. Because I said to him as well, if there was any person, any flesh living being that I put above me as my God or my source of enlightenment or whatever, is my parents. Is why I'm still here today. But it's God first, then my parents. Because they made me and kept me on the straight and narrow, disciplined me to make me who the person I am today. So I love nobody else but my family. I don't love no stranger that I don't freaking know. I may look at somebody and say, he's cool. But you don't know who he is behind closed doors. I may look at a celebrity, but I'm not going to say, oh my God, praise this person, this celebrity. And that's the problem with man. But it's a whole different topic. Again, if you want to support Black Lives Matter, that's really on you. But I just showed you the proof. Because they asked Jordan Williams, did Al Sharpton reach out to you? Benjamin Crump. Who is that? Because didn't Al Sharpton say about a month ago that Jordan Neely was the crutch, the beginnings part of the homelessness crisis? If that was the case, why are there 2 other cases like that days after? That we still got to defend ourselves in the subway. Damn. You want to harp on Jordan Neely, but you don't care about Jordan Neely. You may hold whomever is in Neely's camp, his family and friends, he shouldn't have died. But ask yourself one question, people. If they really care about you, how are they trying to avoid things happening before they take place? First of all, they would not preach about white supremacy. They would not preach about racism, oppression. It's 2023, okay? How many people of color has to be in a position of power for you to understand that you can get somewhere? I am sick and tired of hearing, the first black this, the first black that. How about the 10th, the 50th, the 100th? Okay? We had the first black president. It can happen again. Can it? It's up to you. Stop being the first, being the second, be the third, because someone made that way for you. It's okay to be the first. But stop trying to look, it's the first thing. That's boring. That is boring. You can do it too. Okay? And it's getting annoying, really. Honestly, it's getting annoying. If they really cared about you, the Crumps, the Sharptons, the Obamas, they would tell you what they did during those days of actual oppression, how they overcame the stepladder. Because it's easier now, isn't it? It should be easier now. Accountability. That's missing in the black community. But if you bring that up, you're a coon, you're a sellout. Listen, you can hate this message all you want, but I challenge you on this. Tell me where I'm lying at. Because the fact that I'm still here is because my father was around. And I'm telling you this right now, dead the truth. If my father died when he should have died by prostate cancer when I was a teenager, I would not be here. I would be either in jail or dead or out on those streets.
You know, it's kind of tough. Growing up in the hood without a positive male role model to look up to. Message!
And again, nothing against my mother, but this happens all the time. Whenever a son has no father in their home, especially a black son has no father in the home, where is he mostly? Where is he mostly? You think about that one on the way out. But you prove to me where I lied at. Just don't call me no names. You call me names, but you back that up though. I challenge you on that. You right here. Call me a stuttering freak all you want. Call me a chimpanzee or gorilla. But you back that up with proof on where I lied at. If they really cared about us, the Sharptons, the Obamas, the Crumps, the Bidens, where is the steps to avoid things happening like Jordan Neely, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor? And don't tell me about, oh, we're going to bring up awareness against white people. Bullcrap. Because we're killing ourselves every single day, every night in these inner cities. And don't give me that white on white crime either. Because I'm not white and I'm not there. I'm here in the friggin' jungle. Seeing it every day. Hearing the friggin' arguments. Hearing the gunshots every day. When's it gonna stop? And don't give me this whole, poverty creates crime nonsense. That's an excuse to be lazy, to kill your own brother and sister because, what, you're poor? That's your excuse? Try again. I've heard it all. And they're all weak talking points. You have the power to stop all this. Not no white man, not no physical leader. You can stop all this. Break the cycle. Break the chain. Look that man in the mirror and say to yourself, why am I doing this to myself? Why? It ain't him. It ain't her. It's me. I'm the one stuck somewhere not achieving in life. I'm the one stuck in this dead-end job where I could do so much more. Hell, my channel isn't popping. But you know what? I'm still making videos and hoping one day somehow I'll spark that light. You just don't stop like, I got 40 subscribers. I'm getting barely no views. You don't stop when you want something to happen. You keep going and going. If you really want this, you got to keep going. Got to keep going. You got to keep going. Don't stop. Stop when you're dead. If you really want something, you keep going. You don't stop at all. Point blank, period. On that note, if you loved what you watched, if you loved what you heard, please, Incredible Hulk, smash that like button, subscribe, comment down below. Follow me on Twitter, KAMP_TV, KANP_TV. Instagram, King Alpha Nerd. And I'll see you guys, same black channel, different black time. Godspeed. Good night. Holla at your boy. Blackout.